Holy cow and pass the mayo, because today we're talking about America's governor, Ron Desantis, personally throat-punching Mickey Mouse, and how it shows the radical left crying and losing. Plus, we're discussing new grooming scandal rocking the Stop the Steal movement, a cool group of guys I occasionally skateboard with. All that and more, like how Elon Musk should get to say the N-word on today's episode, which starts right now. Hello and welcome to the Vongiano Predicament. My name is Steve Vongiano and I'm a moderate centrist, bit of a milquetoast fence sitter, and this is the only place to get the news away from the spin of the corrupt mainstream media. Refreshing. I am drinking a Budweiser Light, a product made by good German company Anheuser-Busch, who, if you're following the news that's most important at any given time, recently lost $5 billion after a series of, I'm presuming, feature-length commercials projected on the side of buildings nationwide, starring Dylan Mulvaney, a biological male pretending to be obnoxious.
I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate.
Listen, Dylan, save the beer for those of us proud of our penises. Or at least working through the shame. Budweiser is an absolute freefall, stock just plummeting, laying employees off left or right. They've even recently had to sell the Clydesdales to be made into glue and or Taco Bell meat. And in the face of all this boycotting, I thought I'd do my own little spin on it called reverse boycotting. It's where you purchase a product and then, here's the twist, you consume it as originally intended. You can also fire a submachine gun into it, but first make sure there are no local children or rodents living in the product. Point is, this shows the woke moralists how little we care about their dumb agenda. Like, sure, whatever, PayPal a trans person, I don't know, $30 to pretend your beer is drinkable. We don't even care. We don't even notice. We're still going to drink it. Like, we don't care. Okay, I'll be honest. I kind of just wanted to get a buzz on, and this is all we had available.
Producer Nancy Mom locked away all the rubbing alcohol.
I'm stressed out, guys. I mean, it's enough pressure being the #1 moderate centrist news source on YouTube, but also everyone wants to keep asking me questions about my friend Allie Alexander, specifically. That's apparently their real name. It sounds too cool. I thought it was fake, like Diamond Dallas Page or Wolf Blitzer. We hung out last year at CPAC. Turns out he's a cool punk rock skateboarder like me. We did a couple kick flips, traded some Yu-Gi-Oh cards, then headed back in for the night's entertainment. That's right. You ever hear of 3 Doors Down? Well, we had Maryland's #2 3 Doors Down cover band.
It did feature several actual members of 3 Doors Down.
Alley, or as we call him, Double A, which is inappropriate. It should be Double D for the trouble we got into. That's right, we paid women to show us their boobs. It was one of the scariest nights of my life. Is the founder of the Stop the Steal movement. No, I have to be very clear with what I say here because I've gotten into trouble with YouTube before for kind of preying into this field. All right, so let me just say, some folks, including Mr. Alexander, are claiming that there might have possibly been some irregularities in the 2020 election, which did end with Joe Biden being certified the president of the United States of America. Okay, I think I threaded that needle pretty good. Oh, one more thing. Here's how involved the Jews were. And yeah, the evil scientist Jakub created the white race as a sort of act of sabotage against the powerful Hotep Brotherhood. And that's why Mad Dog 2020 is far superior to Bud Light. Can we keep all that? Point is, Allie Alexander has some opinions on the 2020 elections, and we respect all voices here as long as they are not calling me gay or giving out my Bitcoin password. But his enthusiasm for alternative forms of democracy is not what's getting him in trouble. No, he has been accused of grooming. Now, when I first heard these accusations, I said, you must be mistaken. He's not a trans woman reading a book to a child or to themselves in the same building as a child. You might be confusing him with a groover because he does like music and he loves to dance. Just last week, he sent me a video of himself cutting a rug at what appeared to be a middle school dance. My man can move. But no. According to Normal Cool Guy, who apparently still exists, Milo Yiannopoulos, truly the Nia Vardalos of center-right politics, Mr. Alexander has been texting children as young as 15 and asking if they could send him nude photos. And if they did, he'd just respond, "It's cool, your penis keeps growing," which is truly the meanest thing of all. With all of these accusations piling up, it seems like Ali Alexander has fallen victim to a fatal flaw. That's right, he was secretly a Democrat the whole time. He's asking 15-year-old boys if he can look inside their buttholes. Pretty soon he's going to be advocating for a higher capital gains tax. It only makes sense.
15-year-old boys, truly the most sensual beings on earth.
I remember it clear as day. We were in the Airbnb after CPAC. Marjorie Taylor Greene was doing her usual moonlight CrossFit. Lauren Boebert was in her bedroom screaming in Russian for some reason. Matt Gaetz was in the bathroom playing with different hair gels. And me and Allie were on the couch watching TV. He had the remote. He was flipping channels. He turned on the Girl Ghostbusters movie. And you know what he did? He did not get up and scream. He did not punch drywall. He did not storm the Capitol. He just said, Kristen Wiig never really had the post-SNL career she deserved, and then changed the channel to Sports Center. And I was like, damn, this guy kids. So that's my official statement. I did not know Ali very well. I never hung out with him. I didn't like him, to be entirely honest, and I absolutely did not recommend he purchased teenage boys a bunch of fresh white sneakers and different discontinued Mountain Dew varietals.
Stuff 15-year-old boys are into.
And I definitely do not endorse any of the grooming he is alleged to have done. But you know what? It's being reported on by the mainstream media, so you can assume it's a lie. Everything they say is corrupt garbage. If they say someone's guilty, they're innocent. If they say it's going to rain tomorrow, plan to wear a Speedo on the bus. And if they say something isn't woke, guess what, Buttercup? It is woke! 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 The woke world order is all around us, entering our body through any orifice it can find. It's kind of like the black oil in the X-Files. Did you get that reference? I can't explain all my references to you. But anyway, the black oil was kind of like an embryonic form of the gray aliens, and it was designed to infect people to make alien-human hybrids to prepare for the upcoming invasion. It only makes sense. Spoiler alert. Nowhere is that wokeness more evident than in the mom-and-pop media conglomerate, Disney. They're kind of like Bud Light, except I do not recommend you take a machine gun to any of their parks. Although if you do, could you please put my name in the manifesto? I could use the clicks. Disney has long been pushing a woke agenda. Just last summer, their film Lightyear, which again is not about Buzz Lightyear, the toy from Toy Story. It is in fact a facsimile of the film Andy, the boy in Toy Story, went to go see, and he loved so much he begged his mom to buy him a toy Buzz Lightyear modeled after the character in the fictional film contained within the universe of another fictional film. It only makes sense. Featured a lesbian kiss. Oh, we're back. You're all gayer now. And it didn't just stop at Lightyear, which again had a very easy to explain premise and therefore made, I think, $900 million opening weekend. No, they went even further, eventually making The Little Mermaid black instead of my idea, which was to do the whole thing in Dutch. No subtitles. In the film Strange World, they had a gay character. In Cars 4, Larry the Cable Guy's Tow Mater is going to have a Black Lives Matter bumper sticker. And in the live-action Lady and the Tramp, well, it wasn't spaghetti they were sucking on. It was the double-headed dildo from Requiem for a Dream. They can't keep getting away with this. Now, a lot of politicians would take this grooming of children, something there is no proof Ali Alexander did, and if you show me a warrant and give me several hours advance notice, I would love to give you my hard drive. Lying down. But not Florida Governor Ron Desantis, someone I am absolutely not endorsing over Donald Trump. I'm not choosing. Stop trying to make me choose. I know the media likes to smear me as some big conservative MAGA guy, which is nonsense. I don't support every policy Donald Trump has ever made. I just support the fact that he brings us back to traditional American values like not going to bad food restaurants and avoiding protruding your nipples in Congress. Plus, I do support every policy he's ever made. All of them. So many policies. My man loves policies. Donald Trump is running for the 2024 Republican nomination for President of the United States, and also presumably we will have annexed Finland by then, so he'll also be in charge of that. Ron DeSantis has not announced, but much like when George Michael came out as gay, we're all just kind of assuming it. I'm not picking a side here. I mean, obviously, Ron DeSantis is the stuffed suit corporate candidate, but he's also fiercely MAGA and American first, and we love him. And also Donald Trump, I mean, maybe carries some baggage, but also the media made up all the baggage he's carrying that maybe he's also carrying, but he's not because the media made it up. And actually, everyone likes him, and they do all this stuff about DeSantis and the pudding, and that it's just sugar, man. It's just sugar. I am so in the weeds here, guys.
I feel terrified and adrift.
Listen, maybe it's best if DeSantis just stays in Florida for another 4 years. And then by 2028, all these Democratic policies like making gas more expensive and children less unmolested will prove so unpopular that we'll just have a uniparty rule with Republicans at every single level of government, which as a moderate centrist, I'm neutral towards. DeSantis is doing great things for Florida. That's the point. During COVID, he kept businesses open. He made vaccines optional. He made calling people who got vaccinated gay extremely mandatory. And he, of course, brought back the World Doorknob Licking Championships to Fort Lauderdale. What a guy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your governor speaking.
Today's training evolution, dogfighting, taking on the corporate media.
The rules of engagement are as follows. Number 1, don't fire unless fired upon. But when they fire, you fire back with overwhelming force. Does it say that in the bill? I'm asking you to tell me what's in the bill. Number 2, never ever back down from a fight.
If I could complete the question, though.
So you're going to give a speech or ask a question? Number 3, don't accept their narrative.
It's wrong. It's a fake narrative. I just disabused you of the narrative, and you don't care about the facts.
It's why people don't trust people like you, because you peddle false narratives. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
What's gonna fun?
And he brought Disney, literally the most gay Disney gay company, to its very knees, which is the position you want someone in if they're gonna suck your dick. Something Ron DeSantis only has done to him by his wife, Casey DeSantis, someone who definitely looks like she does that. Just last year, the Disney Corporation's flagship park, Disney World Resort and Spa in Bay Lake, Florida, right outside Orlando, featuring, of course, the Pandora world of Avatar Land, where you can channel your inner Jake Sully and, of course, ingratiate yourself into the Na'vi people by soaring upon a Taruk, eventually becoming the Makto, a sacred rider in their mythology, took aim at Ron DeSantis' Don't Say Gay bill. It is, of course, ludicrous. The media coverage on this bill has been libelous garbage. So corrupt. So corrupt. You can still say gay in Florida. You can do it in a gay way, too. You can be like, oh, that's gay. You can also have gay sex, but you have to promise not to like it. That didn't stop Disney from virtue signaling by putting out a press release saying they 100% support all their LGBTQIA plus employees, especially the non-binary 11-year-old Bangladeshi kids making the $115 t-shirt your daughter won't stop screaming about. It does make you realize that underneath those big mascot heads, there could be they-thems roaming the park taking photos with your children. I mean, if you can deny your biological sex, how hard is it to imagine you're Donald Duck? Truly, food for thought. Anyway, since they were doing the grooming, or whatever the hell is happening there, I can't afford a ticket, Ron DeSantis has threatened to revoke Disney World's special tax privileges and also levy extremely heavy fines on any child molested in the line at Space Mountain. In response, Disney World has announced their first ever Disney After Dark Pride Night. Because if there's one thing you should be proud about, it's having gay sex at Disney World when the sun's down. This Pride Night will feature special rides, presentations, and of course, Minnie Mouse and Jasmine moving in together 36 hours after meeting and then arguing over whose sickly cat gets to stay indoors.
Because they're lesbians, get it?
In response to this act of clear provocation, also the Pride Night features Sebastian the Crab sucking Buzz Lightyear's dick, and right before he goes, "You know I am not gay, right? This is just an experimentation. Ron DeSantis has threatened to build a prison right next to Disney World, which is ironic because that will only increase the amount of gay sex happening in that several-mile radius. And this is why we love Ron DeSantis. He refuses to back down in this heated culture war. And let me tell you something, and I absolutely cannot stress this enough. I don't endorse him over Trump. I am a moderate centrist, so I can see both sides here. You know, like Trump is the only one who can save America from all of the gay semen. And also, Ron DeSantis is additionally the only one who can save America. Okay, there's two only ones. It's like the Matrix. If there was another one, there's Keanu Reeves, and they're both Keanu Reeves. They're both Keanu. How does that not make sense? Come on. Anyway, Disney has like several $1 billion worth of lawyers at their disposal, so I think any moment now it's going to be announced that Florida as a whole is now a subsidiary of the Disney Corporation, and Ron DeSantis is just going to be playing Gaston in the parks. I look forward to that. All right, guys, cheers. If you're drinking a beverage, cheers up. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. Like and subscribe. I got so many more of these videos coming down the pike. Coming down the pike. Ariel, I have got more videos coming to you. That's not Sebastian the Crab. I don't know what I'm doing here. Listen, I got links below. I got a TikTok. I got a Instagram. I got a subreddit. Go join all that stuff. Check it out. And also, I have a Patreon for only $5 a month. $5. That's nothing. Who doesn't have $5? We're all doing really good financially right now. Everyone's doing good. No one is afraid of their debit card being declined ordering a Subway sandwich. We're all good. We're great. For only $5 a month, you get access to exclusive bonus content. You get to vote on polls. You get access to questions and answers. And most importantly, you get an executive producer credit. I'm not going to look at it this time. I'm not going to look at the names scrolling past me. I have no thoughts on these people except to say they are also drinking a Bud Light at 9 in the morning. So we're all doing good. We're all having fun here. Look at them. Man, we love them. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I got another video coming at you right soon. And until next time,
I'm gonna chug a whole beer right now. It's not very good.
Shut up and sit down.